Okay, so whoever runs OnlyFans has been bulldogged into losing their minds and deciding, you know what? I'm just gonna roll the dice and hope that it all goes well. You know how like I talked about that documentary, was it OnlyFans Selling Sexy, where they had a whole section dedicated to the fact that there are certain celebrities that are putting their content on OnlyFans now. They're getting on OnlyFans to use it for non-sexual content, right? So that OnlyFans goes in like a different route. Somehow, some way, this inspired the creator of OnlyFans to be emboldened enough. Hold on. I'm trying to look up this guy's name so that you all know who to yell at. All right, Timothy Stokely, a London man. He created OnlyFans. Maybe he didn't intend for OnlyFans to be all about sexual content from the beginning, but that's what worked. His platform worked really, really well because of the fact that sex workers could get on it and they could make content that they want, sell the content that they want, freely, and that, they were safe, and, all these other things. It was a very welcoming platform for them. And because of that, Stokely made a bunch of money. The content creators made a bunch of money. They made more money than they would make, being a part of like a mainline studio or anything like that. But of course, now that you have like celebrities and some other people who are getting on the platform to try to make like cooking videos and I don't know, stuff like that, they decided that since they're getting pressured by banks, and the like credit card processing companies such as like MasterCard or Visa to shy away from sexual content. Like, they've been hinting at doing stuff like this for a few months now, and they have now finally pulled the trigger and said that in October that users can't post content that doesn't adhere to the quote-unquote company policy, which is sexually explicit pictures and videos are not allowed to be posted. So nudes are still allowed, allegedly. We'll see for how long, but sexually explicit content is not allowed. So let me see here. Let me find there's like an article that I have that has like the specifics stuff here. Hold on. Oh. For the video here, I'm gonna switch. Oh my god, crazy. Why the fuck does it do this? Anyways, ignore the models that are on this because they I don't know, this article wants to show off that they're there. But anyways, users will still be able to post nudes and videos as long as they adhere to company policy, which states that content creators cannot show, promote, or advertise incest, bestiality, violence, rape, lack of consent, hypnosis, intoxication. That was an interesting one. Sexual assault. The list goes on. All right, all the things that are like, hey, people, like you got to be usually like a very, very like you got to be like entrenched in your kinks or your perversion to want most of the stuff that's here. Mind you, sure, some people are into this stuff. That's fine. There are websites for that. OnlyFans is trying to shy away from that. They're trying to say like, hey, don't put any of that extreme stuff here. Escort services and escort services, sex trafficking, and prostitution is listed here. To my knowledge, it wasn't like a big thing. That there wasn't anything that said like, hey, OnlyFans has a problem with trafficking. OnlyFans has a problem with like prostitution and whatnot. Most content creators I've like seen who are involved with that platform have said they like the ability to be able to control what's produced, so they can create all this content from the safety of their homes. If they want someone else to be involved, it's someone that they vetted, it's someone that they know, someone that they feel safe with. They don't need to perform a scene with someone that they're not sure of, someone who may be a little bit more rough than usual or anything like that. Now that is the case here. That's why they gravitated towards this platform. And OnlyFans is just kind of throwing them down the river, man. Throwing them into the shitter. Throwing them down the toilet. Why? Because these companies, these credit card companies, are usually funded or lobbied to by evangelicals or politicians who want the evangelical fan base to tailor to them or whatever. These people who are just kind of all sexual content will breed trafficking. All sexual content will lead to all of these other unholy and immoral things, even though it's more than likely that these things are not going to lead to an increase in trafficking. There'll probably be a decrease in trafficking because trafficking comes from a need to, do sexually explicit things. It comes from horny people, all right? And the one thing you don't do for horny people is take away their outlet. Pornography, sex workers, sexual content in general, it's all tailored to those people to make sure that they have an outlet for their sexuality so that they don't become sex stars, demons out here in the streets who are trying to kidnap people or do whatever necessary to get their rocks off. I mean, you have all kinds of news stories of people who are literally killing people over their lack of sex or killing people over sexually related things. You can go on Google right now and find the latest incel event that's happened, in which someone, usually a dude, who's at home, who feels that they don't have the ability to obtain sex, and they don't want to pay for it because for some reason they're told that it's immoral or it's demoralizing or whatever. Those people then decide, well, if I can't have it, then everyone should feel my pain. Everyone should feel my revenge. And then they go out and they cause a shooting, or they crash a car into a building, or whatever. They do something that involves hurting people over this. And now you have this platform which they could have went to get their rocks off, or whatever. And now all of these creators are being alienated because of this weird stigma in society that even though sex is a very common thing, even though we as a society love sex and have used sex to sell things to people through manipulation, 9 times out of 10, somehow we don't like the people who are involved in the sex. It's taboo to be a sex worker. It's taboo to be involved in sex work. It's taboo to make any sort of sexual content. But clearly, there's a market for it. A couple of months ago, Bad Bobby, aka Cash Me Outside Girl, aka a girl who got famous for being ratchet on Dr. Phil and a little bit of cultural appropriation. She freaking joined OnlyFans when she turned 18. She made millions of dollars the first day. there's no there's no way that you could see something like that and then just say, nah, there's no demand for any of this sort of stuff. So it's ridiculous. But okay, here's the statement that OnlyFans put out. Effective October 1st, 2021, OnlyFans will prohibit the posting of any content containing sexually explicit conduct in order to ensure the long-term sustainability of the platform and to continue to host an inclusive community of creators and fans. We must evolve our content guidelines. Creators will continue to be allowed to post content containing nudity as long as it's consistent with our acceptable use policy. These changes are to comply with the request of our banking partners and payout providers. We'll be sharing more details in the coming days, and we'll effectively support our and guide our creators through this change in content guidelines. We will remain dedicated to our community of 130 million users and over 2 million creators that have earned over $5 billion on our platform. First off, all of those creators get 20% of their earnings taken from them by OnlyFans, which means OnlyFans has been making billions of dollars off of these people, and they think that somehow, someway, these people who have become comfortable with the content that they create are just suddenly going to be like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll just start a cooking show now. No, they're going to leave. They're going to go elsewhere, or they're going to do whatever it is they can to continue doing what they want to do. However, possible, they're gonna move to a different platform more than likely because there are several other platforms that compete with this. It doesn't make sense. Also, boom, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense that they're doing it this way. Oh, actually, one more article to go through really quick. OnlyFans has tons of users but can't find investors. The real source of the problem here is that OnlyFans is having a hard time finding investors, and so they're subservient to these banks who decide that we don't like the content that you create, but we're gonna pay for you to exist. But we think that, pornography is a problem. That's ridiculous. Some investors say they could get past the porn, but worry the company's reputation would prevent it from attracting brand partners, despite this week announcing a safe-for-work product that features its growing number of clothed creators. They could have both. They could easily have both, but that's difficult. Apparently, they could have both. It would work fine. You would have your OFTV, or you could even name it something else. In association with OnlyFans. Here is only cooking. Who the fuck cares? They could name it whatever, and they could have this platform that the banks could promote and whatnot, and be like, this is where all our money is going towards. We're promoting this, and then OnlyFans Classic could still exist for the sex workers, and they could also have a platform, be safe, make the money that they make. Everyone would profit. The banks would profit. The banks would profit. OnlyFans would profit. The creators would profit. Everyone would continue to, create revenue in the society, and they would definitely have ad revenue. They would definitely have partners. They would have brands that reach out to them and want to support them for both sides, for both platforms. The sex industry is not just about sex workers. It's not just about prostitution. It's not just about making sex videos. There's a whole big thing that's out there. You've got your local sex shop that gives you you've got your local Spencer's. You've got your local oh my god, why am I forgetting the name of this adult store? Whatever. Yeah. You know where I'm going at. You got your local place that sells sex toys and sex toys and other things used for sexual accessories. Those places could definitely become partners with OnlyFans if they needed the money. Yeah, Starship is what I was thinking about. Holy shit. Yeah, Starship. But like those places would definitely want to partner up with, the number one platform for sexual content. But no, as you've seen, I want to say last year with the hub, it all goes downhill from here. There's no possible way that OnlyFans could prosper from this decision because just like the hub, they decided we're going to like we have a problem here with our content. We found out that there's certain content here from unverified users that we need to get rid of, and instead of like doing some sort of like way to find that content and get rid of it, and then have a verification process that benefits everyone who's currently on it, they just said, nah, fuck it. Every website that's under our belt, we're just going to remove all unverified users from the platform, which will also remove all of the content that they have posted. And then whatever else is here, it's here. That's it, And I was watching a stream from Siri Doll, who she's an old she's an ex porn star who also does OnlyFans content. She at a certain point in time, I believe she said 2014, was actually like looking towards quitting porn because of like the money, mostly the money and the expense, like the amount of work that you had to put in to make not enough. I think she had started a podcast series that was about her life after her career in porn, and then she found OnlyFans, and she still does some content here and there for like she still does scenes here and there, I believe, but mainly did OnlyFans, and OnlyFans is where she was making like most of her money. And now she was talking about how she's gotta switch it all up because there's no future with that platform, and even trying to move people to a new platform is hell because a majority of the fan base is going to be like, I'm not worried about that. I'm like, the content's here right now. What are you talking about? So she trying to think here. She mentioned, hold on. She mentioned mainly about how Pornhub was affected by that, and how, with her verified account on the hub, she was making like, let's say like $2,000 a month, just about. After the exodus, after the whole losing of sponsors from, Visa, MasterCard, etc., because they did all that to appease Visa and MasterCard, and they still lost Visa and MasterCard. Pornhub stopped taking, was it credit card transactions, and they accept certain cryptocurrency, which, of course, they're going to be all the hot takes of, well, why don't they just, start accepting cryptocurrency instead? Then they would make bank. Why don't they get cryptocurrency to fund their operations, et cetera, et cetera. And it's like, crypto is not, it's not stable enough for that sort of thing right now. Like, how many people do you know that have like actual like Bitcoins that they can use as currency, and that they're not just holding until, they can make like millions off of it? Dogecoin is so far from being a dollar. Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, like whatever. There are all kinds of cryptocurrencies out there, but they have varying values on top of that, and so it's just that's a mess to deal with, and it's not an optimal way to deal with this situation. So the hub, of course, lost a lot of money. A lot of content creators lost a lot of money. She went from making $2,000 a month to making like $100 a month. Not worth it. Not worth it. So I don't know, man. This situation is so ridiculous that OnlyFans is just decided to cast off the creators that put them in the position of power that they have right now, and they think that somehow this is going to go well for them. Like, their content creators are going to leave, and then once enough creators, enough well-known creators leave, and then people, below that leave because they can't make money. They can't make money on the platform. Then, the celebrities and whatnot who are on it because it was the popular platform are gonna leave also because they're gonna go where the money is. And so, what the fuck? It's like when the dude who had Parler was like, don't worry, people who have been banned from Twitter, you can come to my platform. Come to me. You can say whatever the hell you want on this platform. I'm not going to censor you at all. Worst decision ever. Parler got shut down for a while. You had people just openly spreading all kinds of like ridiculous conspiracy theories, anti-Semitism, racism, CP all over the place. Like it was a hellhole, and it got shut down for a while, and it came back up. But by the time it came back up, people, even the people who were like, paying attention to it, were just kind of like, we've moved on, because that's how technology works now. Like, you can move on quick. Hell, that's how relationships work now. You can move on quick. What is that? Oh, wow, we're done? It's over? Let me just open this Tinder profile now, swipe on away until I find the next person that I want to spend time with. Hey, this platform is over? Let me just move on to the next platform that, is going to work out. People from my generation remember MySpace. We all remember Tom. Tom sold MySpace. MySpace originally was supposed to be a music thing, and it became more of a social media platform, and that was great for MySpace because it also introduced people to like a bunch of music. Atila Tequila became super popular because her music was on MySpace, and she became like a well-known celebrity because of her popularity on MySpace, not because of her music. And then, MySpace got out of here. Tom sold it. MySpace got, you had the new MySpace, which was different, and Facebook was on the rise. People were like, hey, have you heard about that Facebook place? You could make a profile there. You could, link up with your high school friends, link up with your mom, your dad, whatever. We could all be here. And we have our actual names on here, not, Pikachu Lover 69 or, XXX, I'm hardcore XXX, none of that nonsense was there. Where's Facebook now, right? People are talking all kinds of shit about Facebook. Zuckerberg is now promoting some weird thing where he freaking, it's like virtual reality meetings where you put on like a VR headset and join a meeting in VR. And it's like, I think he coined it as the Zuckerverse. Zuckerverse being like a very bad name for that, but whatever. And that just is not the best idea for that. But whatever, the world goes on. People are moving away from Facebook because once it got out that Facebook owns WhatsApp, and WhatsApp is listening to your conversations. Hello, WhatsApp, NSA agent. People were like, oh, they're listening to my conversation. They're giving away my data. No way. Once that whole Cambridge Analytica thing got out about how it is confirmed that Facebook will tailor you to more like radicalized, media and fake news, actual fake news. People were like, yeah, nah, I'm not going to listen to all of that. Of course, you have some chuds that are still on Facebook, and they use that to, like, peddle their conspiracy theories and argue with people who are just like, Jim, I think you're a little crazy. Like that the sun is not going to explode in 2 days. Like, Jim, that article is wrong. It has actually no facts in it. Here's Here's an actual source. Here's a source that says it's wrong and why it's all wrong. It says it's all lies, and they're like, "Oh, you and your CNN and your fake news media agenda are really gonna come here and try to take me out of here?" Nah, man. Well, so Facebook is a hellscape. People are moving on to Twitter. Twitter is probably the best platform ever. I mean, you could see just about anything that you want, and you can get trending topics on there. But shit, everybody's gonna move on. OnlyFans is the hottest one right now, but Patreon was the hot content creator platform for sex workers and artists, etc. And they also were pretty upset about sex workers using that platform as a haven, and they toned it down for a while, and they ramped it back up and said, like, hey, you could put like your artistic sexual content here or whatever, but there's still kind of like nothing sexually explicit. And Patreon still works for like some content creators, but none who are trying to sell sexual content. And so those people moved on to OnlyFans, because OnlyFans was like, I got you guys. Now OnlyFans is like, I don't got you guys. I need to make the bag from me, not you. You knew what this was. Like, you weren't here to be with us forever. Like, this is for me. I'm doing this for me. And now people are probably looking up where to go next. Like, what the, like, there's no reason to stay. People are probably looking up where to go next. So, yeah. All the while, Rachel Dolezal made her OnlyFans profile, and she's going to start posting content next week. She said she's going to have feet pics on Fridays. Yeah. There's not really much else to say there. OnlyFans is a sinking ship. I'll be back here in a few weeks to announce the articles that say OnlyFans lost billions of dollars after a horrible decision. Something like that is coming. It's coming, and that's just the inevitability here. Either they're gonna somehow, some way, get enough people to keep them afloat with their clothed content, their content that involves cooking, comedy, probably vlogs and stuff. I don't know, but it's gonna be all about being a fan of a celebrity. Woo, because social media platforms like Twitter, Instagram, they aren't gonna provide you with access to those celebrities in their lives, right? Anyways, yeah. So got nothing else to say here about that. So I will talk to you all later.